what up? I just wanted to say thank you for watching another episode of Open Your Eyes 101. We are just going to continue on with the golden ratio, PJ Dubs version. It's definitely the next step for you. I'm pretty sure the next few examples will totally expose the matrix that I go playing. These so-called coincidences will just keep coming, but I'm just going to keep it moving because I'm still setting this game board up. Oh my gosh, it takes forever. All I'm going to do is use some of the math world's famous numbers, and I'm going to fractal them out in multiple ways. I don't know what else to call it except the PJ Dubs version. I know it sounds complicated, but it's 5th grade easy. Just watch. Boom. Okay, here we go. So here is the zodiac with the golden ratio put on it. The blank piece is the 0.618 version of the golden ratio. I think maybe that this piece has something to do with light. It's just a guess, but just hear me out. The mathematics in space is just perfect beyond belief. So what if this was, imagine that this is Earth out in space, okay? That red line's the midpoint, and Earth's kind of small compared to the sun. So what if the sun's tractor beam is that wide, and that, you know, that lit up piece is as far as, you know, as much light as we get on the Earth? I don't know. It's just a guess. So anyways, for right now, I want you to think of this piece as an island, okay? Maybe it's a constant, maybe it's fixed. I don't know. I don't have any math credentials to really tell you that, but try to think of it as like a kaleidoscope. It's gonna break apart, fractal out, and make a cool pattern. So for my first fractal, we're gonna turn this zodiac into a clock. We're gonna use the blue section here, which is 137, 30, 28. Every degree on the zodiac is equal to 4 minutes. So 45 degrees equals 3 hours. I broke this into 45s or an octagon because the Pyramid of Giza is 8-sided. You know, don't let the zodiac fool you or the circle on the zodiac fool you. There are tons of geometric shapes on the inside of that are being used. I use octagons and hexagons all the time. Here we go. The zodiac has multiple types of borrowing systems. We're going to use 137.30, okay? In time, 135 degrees is 9 a.m., so an extra 2.5 degrees is 10 minutes. 9 hours, 10 minutes. Remember that. Now, we're going to circle this part, which is the smaller fractal of it. The 30 minutes and 28.1 seconds. Now, do you remember how I turn decimals into months and days? Let's break out the Dubs calendar. Let's just go over to the 30th month and go down to the 28th day, which is June 28th. Oh, wow, look at that. The 910th day. What's also cool about this spot is that it's around the 5th degree of Cancer, which is the northern sky. Here is the spot. I'm also using that degree with 5 of the 6 cyclic numbers. That degree on the spot I just showed you has a special relation to the precession of the equinoxes and the northern hemisphere. That's an advanced zodiac lesson, and I'm not getting into that right now. But June 28th is also really close to the summer solstice, which is the day of the most light in the northern hemisphere. Moving on. This one's an easy little example for you, but here's the golden ratio, and I just turned it in. We're going to do a base 10 example. Yeah, you guys will like that. So there it is up there, 1.618, blah, blah, blah. And then we're just going to move the decimal ahead 10. So you got 16.18, and then we're going to do it by 100. So you got 161. Just keep your decimal 7 spaces long, all right? When you add all that up, you come out to 179 degrees, 36 minutes, 6.38 seconds. There is a ton of information in that right now, but 638 shows up all the time. I use it all the time. It's in everything. It shows up a lot. So just remember that. Okay, now let's break out the Dubs calendar. Real quick, 179 degrees is pretty much a half a circle. But on the Dubs calendar, you cruise on up, and that is June 27th. Leap day happened, so it would have been June 28th. Pretty interesting. Okay, remember how the golden ratio, when we times it by the 0.618, we end up with 222.5 degrees. Something weird, though, is when you take that 222.5 degrees and you times it by the golden ratio with the 1 in the front of it, you end up with 360 degrees, pretty close to it. So it's weird, but for me, it's really about understanding the 1 and the 0, and that really helps change everything on the circle. And then if you actually look at the symbol of the golden ratio, it is a 0 with a 1 shooting through the middle. Yeah, guess what? They're sharing the same place at the same time, causing a problem. All right, I got a couple more examples for you. Here's the next one. 179 degrees. You all saw how we got that. Let's add the thousands, okay? 1618. So we add all those together, we end up with 1,797 degrees. Let's call those days. Let's break out the calendar again. Here is the 5th and 6th year added. Yep, the numbers keep going up. The 1,797th day is the 10th degree in the 9th house, which is Sagittarius. Weird how that number just keeps popping up again. 910. Okay, let's get ready to close out this video. What I'm going to do for my last example is we're going to use those 3 golden ratios that we just used, the 1, the 10s, and the 100s. And then earlier on in series 1, I've already used the famous number pi, and I lined it up perfectly. I'm going to do that with my next example, and I'm going to line it up perfectly with the golden ratio. Oh, and real quick, here's just the golden ratio, 137.04. Times that by 2, and you end up with 314. Pi. I know it's the numbers, but the way that the cube and the zodiac work, they're working together. Boom. Ready for my last example? All right. Real quick. You have been taught since birth that 24 hours to you equals a day. So you count by that. That's great. Boom. That's not natural. So really that clock was pulled out of there to keep you in line. So let's just imagine that one day or 24 hours you would multiply by pi, which is 3.14 and a big decimal. So technically that's 3 days and a little bit. So this top number is the golden ratio, the 3 that we add up to equal 179 degrees. And then we're going to just add pi times 24 hours, which equals 75 degrees, 23 minutes, 53.61 seconds. Guess what? Those 2 numbers added together come out pretty damn good. Guess what? 254.9999962. There's a 62 on there. And if we break out the Dubs calendar, guess what? Here's the Dubs calendar. Let's just go on year 1, clear up to the 254th day. Because why? Those 9s keep us from hitting the 255. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is the 10th day of the 9th month. Once again, there it is. Hey, cool. Thanks again for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it opened up your eyes, because we still got a lot more, and I just broke in pi again, so we'll touch on that here real soon. All right, guys, have a great one. Thank you. See ya.